Hello English learners! In today's video, we will go over different animal body parts. Common animal body parts that you might have wondered what the English name was for. Okay? So if that's something you're interested in, learning some animal body parts, then keep watching. First, we have claws. So this is a nail on the foot of an animal that is usually curved and quite sharp and pointy. Claws. And then we have a paw. So this is the foot of an animal that has claws. Remember that word we just went over? So animals like cats, dogs, bears, they all have paws. And in the picture below, we have a paw print. Have you ever seen paw prints in the snow? And then we have talons. So talons are very much like claws, but we usually reserve this term talons for birds like hawks or owls. And then we have a beak. A beak is that hard, pointy part of a bird's mouth. We call that the beak. And then we have whiskers. Those are those long, kind of stiff hairs that grow on the sides of the mouths of certain animals, like cats or maybe beavers have whiskers. We also sometimes use this term whiskers to talk about the beard of a human. And then we have tusks. Tusks. A tusk is a big, long tooth that sticks out of the sides of certain animals' mouths, like elephants or walruses. And then we have horns. Horns. It's that very tough, pointy part that grows out of the head of certain animals, like a rhino, but also goats and some other animals. We call those horns. Unicorns have horns. And then we have antlers. Antlers are kind of like horns, but we usually reserve the term antlers for animals like deer, elk, moose, antelope, and it's usually just on the males. Usually just the males have antlers. And then we have a hoof, or plural, hooves. Hooves are the hard part covering the foot of certain animals like pigs, like horses, or even sheep. They all kind of have that look to them. We call them hooves. And then we have fangs. So fangs are teeth that are usually longer than the other teeth. Animals like lions have very long fangs. Also, snakes have fangs. And animals that have venom can actually pass the venom through those fangs. But usually a fang is just a large, sharp tooth. And then we have fur. So this is the hair of a non-human animal, usually when it is thick, like the hair on a dog or a cat. Horses, rodents, they all have fur, and we sometimes call that fur a coat. Then we have feathers, usually just found on birds. And then we have fins. Fins are the flat part on the back of some sea animals, and fins help those sea animals to move. A shell, that hard protective covering that some animals like turtles and oysters and snails have. We call that a shell. Then we have a mane. It's that long, thick hair that grows around the necks of certain animals like lions or like horses on the back here. Zebras, giraffes, wildebeest, they all have manes. And then we have scales. Scales resemble plates, and they make up the skin on the outer part of certain reptiles, certain animals like snakes, iguanas, crocodiles, they all have scales. And then we have an antenna. An antenna. It's a very sensitive organ that grows sometimes on the heads of certain animals like butterflies, snails, they have antennas. Gills. Gills. It's the body part on some fish and other sea animals that kind of help it to breathe. We call that a gill. And then we have tentacles. This is a long and flexible body part that kind of works like a human arm. And tentacles are on certain sea animals like octopus or squid, and it helps them to grab things. And then we have a snout. It's very similar to like the nose of a human, but dogs have snouts, pigs have snouts. And next we have wings. I'm sure you're already familiar with what wings are. And of course, this is called a pouch. This area on the stomach of a kangaroo, where you might find a baby kangaroo in the pouch. And these, of course, are tails. So that is the end of this video. It was kind of short. I'm sure many of these body parts you're familiar with, but there might have been a few that you were unfamiliar with, so I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something. If you like this video, make sure to press the like button, subscribe to this channel if you'd like more English vocabulary videos. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions, and until next time, English learners.